Breaking news. Syrian President Assad has been using chemical weapons. Well, that's interesting. That allegation's been out there for almost a year. And then John McCain went a few weeks ago because John McCain loves to beat the war drums. Bless his old senile self. John McCain loves to run around talking about attacking people. He's the one that went and cozied up to the Benghazi rebels. He's the one that wanted Gaddafi overthrown. How did that turn out for us? Might I remind you that Benghazi was the result not of Gaddafi's forces, but of the Muslim Brotherhood and al-Qaeda that were brought in by our assistance of them in overthrowing what was a stable regime in the area? How is Egypt now, where 1/3 of all Arabs live? How is Egypt, that for 30 years had refused diplomatic ties to Iran and within 30 days had open relations again? How is Egypt, after Tahrir Square, where John McCain said, absolutely, we're for democracy, and our friend, the stable force for the region, and by the way, a relatively secular force in a region where the Muslim Brotherhood had been clinging in trying to, and scratching and clawing to take control of that strategically powerful zone, and we handed it over because Barack Obama, the Pied Piper, and John McCain, who loves a good military intervention. How did that turn out for us? How did the Arab Spring turn out for us? How did the Arab Spring turn out for the region, not just Israel? How did the Arab Spring turn out for the region? Is Saudi Arabia safer? Is Bahrain safer? Is Qatar safer? No. No, none of that region is better off now. Northern Africa is in turmoil. Some of that threatening Southern Europe. And now we're going to involve ourselves in Syria. And why not? Most Americans can't find it on the map. But if we can go whoop some ass, why not? Don't have to hear about all these scandals and spying, because most people really don't want to hear about the spying because we can't do anything about it. It's depressing. It's Chicken Little. Let's just pretend it's not happening. Let's just pretend that it is not happening. Breaking news, we're going to involve ourselves in Syria. And what will be the success of Syria? How will we know? Oh, maybe we'll get old Bolton. I'm sure Bolton will be on Fox News this evening, and he'll be hiding behind that big goofy mustache and talking about he may run for president. Nobody knows who you are, you idiot. And he'll talk about invading. Well, somebody should ask the question. Sean should ask the question, hey, John Bolton, is there any country you don't want to invade? I know you're a big shot there, you little dweeb. Is there any country you don't want to invade? By the way, how many people were killed this week in Afghanistan? Not just Americans, Italians this week too. How many Americans were killed in Afghanistan? When we pull out in 2014 from Afghanistan, will we have won? Did we succeed? By what doctrine are we still in Afghanistan? By what doctrine are we still losing American citizens? What is our gain there? Please don't insult yourself or me by telling me that we're bringing democracy to Afghanistan. Because I'm going to tell you this. There's not one American life worth bringing democracy to Afghanistan. There's not one American life worth bringing supposedly better schools to Afghanistan. Not one. And certainly not an American life that signed up to serve this country. They did not sign up to go get shot to hell by Afghanistan tribal beasts. And while all this is going on, and we're involving ourselves in Syria now to protect the Syrian people from their government, who's protecting me from the criminal cartels that are streaming across our border? Who's protecting you from people not just from Mexico, mind you, and the cartels there? Stratfor says that Mexico City is more dangerous today than any place in Iraq. The cartels are more dangerous, more vicious, chopping off heads and leaving them on the highways, and nobody can stop them. And that's our neighbor. You want to invade someplace? Invade Mexico. I'm for this. Invade Mexico, secure Mexico, put in a puppet government that we support. Heck, make them Democrats. I don't care. Destroy the cartels, destroy the criminal element, put in place a decent judiciary, let the journalists go back to work, and no more chopping of heads, no more leaving them on the highways, No more mayors and judges being yanked out of their homes in the middle of the night and slaughtered. It's wide scale. Do something about that. But no, we're going to worry about Syria. Tell me how that's in my strategic interest. Oh, well, Michael, we care about people all over the world. Well, start caring about people in Texas. That's what I want to hear. Stop caring about police officers that are being killed by illegal aliens who come here because they're criminals. Start caring about Americans. Yeah, how about we care about Americans?
Real girls eat meat. And listen to The Michael Berry Show.